We're so
Remington
proud of
Steel.
you.
So
Remington Steel.
you had Cigar Aficionado with their original logo there. So you had Cigar Aficionado, and then 2 years later you had Smoke. And Smoke was just a hipper, cooler, younger, lifestyle, men's lifestyle magazine on
Right.
cigars, and it was a different take. And after that, the floodgates on cigar media, which I talk about in the book, really opened. Now, Cigar Aficionado was not technically the first cigar magazine, but it was certainly the first cigar luxury lifestyle glossy magazine. And Smoke was number 2 worldwide, hands down. It was what it was. And I wrote that business plan while I was at Davidoff. So when we didn't have customers coming in, celebrity or otherwise, I would write the business plan, and I wound up raising the money for Smoke, and that's history. And there are little parts of that in the book, in the new book.
In the big book. And I will tell you, I used to subscribe to Smoke Magazine. So I remember Smoke Magazine.
I appreciate it.
Go. Yep. And it wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't monthly. It was like almost it came out almost like a periodical, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was it depended on the year. It was 4 to 5 times a year. Yep. And that was actually one of the reasons I sold my interest in the magazine. Cigar Aficionado had gone to 6 times a year, and I really wanted to as well. And my business partners, who were 3 brothers, who I talk about a little bit in Cigars Biography, they were 3 brothers, and they agreed on almost nothing between themselves. But what they did agree on is that they didn't agree with me almost ever. I was making them a lot of money, but we didn't get on. So when I said, well, we're going 6 times a year, and they said no, and turned into a bit of a row, and we had kind of a come to terms, the kerfuffle, I guess is the best word, and I left. And funny enough, Smoke was always supposed to be part of a trilogy, Smoke, Drink, and Eat, and I found another set of partners predicated on the success of Smoke. I found another set of partners, and we did Drink magazine. So Drink came out. I never did Eat magazine. There you go. But it was always going to be
for the alcoholics out there. So.
Well, it was very interesting. Exactly. So there was another publishing company here in New York at the time, and they had 2 magazines, and they would come out with a magazine every month, but it was every other month for one of the magazines.